Welcome in,
Called it.
everyone, to game number 1 between Robin Hood and Attila the Hun. That had a ring to it, man. This is the 7th? Yes, this is the 7th best of 5 in the round of 16. And Attila the Hun had a mouse issue. We got some insight. Attila the Hun says mouse, okay, 14. So we need to investigate people's equipment to see who they might be.
Is that like a computer mouse, or did he have like a mouse in the house?
Ooh, wow, yeah. What pro player is more likely to have mice in the house? I don't know. I was gonna. Mice in the house doesn't sound as good as mouse in the house.
Mice I don't know.
I know. Did you hear me hesitate? I tried to find something. Oh, Robin Hood is not gonna hesitate, man. He's going after this pig. And Attila the Hun, he might not have a mouse, and he might have a mouse, but he's not gonna have a pig. This is why Mesosivs are very strong on this map. Robin Hood was the person who banned Vietnamese from his opponent. So, or it was a global ban, I guess. He didn't seem to care.
Dude, Robin Hood takes from the rich and he gives to the poor. And right now he is poor.
So he's given to himself.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. It's historically accurate. So, here we go. Robin Hood bringing in this pig. You see this time and time again with Mayans on Arabia. It's so hard to beat Mayans, especially when we're looking at quality players. Let's look at the maps, Dave. I assume that... Hold on a second. I need to double check something. Attila might not be aware he lost his pig, but he can push in the deer. It's a solid map for Attila, but I do feel like this hill on the front, this openness could be a problem.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he's got that gold at the back. He's got the stone at the back. He's got 3 wood lines he can go to.
Mm-hmm.
And if he walls on that right-hand side, wow, there's that whole, like, 4 wood lines there.
Yeah.
He can take. It's just, like you said, it's the hill and it's the openness on the other side.
Yeah.
That is going to be the issue.
Definitely. Robin Hood has a pretty good map as well. A nice main gold, 3 wood lines. Walling potential is real, but the second and third gold could be an issue if he doesn't get the walls up. Now, that was a quick and easy lane for Robin Hood. It was really quick. He didn't hesitate at all. He ran forward. Sorry, here we go. Ran forward, saw the pig, stole the pig. What's one player that doesn't hesitate when it comes to laming?
MBL.
MBL.
Hera. Sometimes.
Yeah. I think the lack of hesitation on that lame could mean it's a different Norwegian. People seem to think it's Viper mainly because of the Vietnamese global ban. It seems a bit trolly, but people also thought it was Viper twice yesterday and once today. So not everyone can be Viper, not everyone can be MBL. I think MBL was confirmed twice yesterday too. So we'll see, man.
If this was MBL, he would have picked Goss as one of his civs. 100%.
Dude, you gotta forget that fail in Hidden Cup 1. you can't still hold that against him.
Yeah. Didn't he pick Goss for the show match too?
He did, but it was on Hideout, and it made sense there, I think. But hey, you're right. No one has picked Gots yet, so maybe the next set of games, the last round of 16 set, will have MBL, and we'll see a Gots pick. Someone in my Twitch chat says, how old is Dave anyway that he keeps calling you son? Well, he's not...
I'm ancient, son.
I mean, he's pretty old. He just called you son as well, so...
Don't make fun of my age, son.
Alright, well... I'm assuming we'll see Man-at-Arms versus Scouts here. That is the norm. Mayans either do one of 2 things. They go for Man-at-Arms into Archers and Eagles, or they will go for a Drush into Full Wall, onto Stone, and then into Plumed Archers. Well, hold the phone here, son. No, he's 21 pop. I think this is for Man-at-Arms. Never mind.
Yeah, he's already going... he sent one out to gold, though. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he's...
It was juking us both out there.
Yep, just had to double-check the population. I think that's the one thing with Capture Age. We're not too familiar... We're not too used to the fact that the pops are at the bottom left. So I always look to the top. We've gotten more and more used to it. Just want to double-check here. Wow, okay, so... Attila the Hun is actually going for Man-at-Arms. Do you like this, Dave, or do you think that Scouts would have been the better play?
I'm undecided, really, because, like, if you go Scouts versus Mayans, he's kind of expecting that, and he knows exactly how to counter that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think that's a fair point.
You didn't have that extra boar as well, so I don't know. You did push 3 deer. It's kind of tough. I think the going Man-at-Arms is more trying to mix it up against someone because they know they think they know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Scout choice.
That was a great opportunity for you to say it depends and get people to use my emote, and you didn't. So
No, I'm not a sellout.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, we know where Dave stands. 4 militia for Robin Hood. And I think Attila the Hun will need to back away here. Attila the Hun at least sees that.
He's juking him. There we go. Now he's coming back with the man-at-arms. He kind of needs to keep those at his base. Like, he's got nothing to defend against 4.
Yeah, and he'll need some walls. See, this would be a much bigger risk if he tried to go scouts, Dave. So it really would depend on if he could get walls up before he starts producing those scouts. And at least how things are going right now, I don't think he would have been able to. The man-at-arms upgrade will come in for blue, but it hasn't yet. And there's also a villager in the fray for Attila. This is fairly close.
Better micro for blue, though.
Much better.
More units here for purple.
Oh my God.
But the way he took that fight was disgusting.
Yeah.
Man. And like, if you're a casual viewer and watching that, you might not see much of a difference. But blue kept his militia together and was like, he had 4 militia attacking 1 man-at-arm.
Yeah. Oh my God. And now the man-at-arms and the eagles get into the wood line. I don't know if a Vil will die to this, though. Maybe 1?
Yeah.
Oh, she dies. Yep, she goes
Okay.
down just at the last moment there. But my point was with the whole scouts thing, Slavs, if they go scouts, they start building those farms. And that's their big advantage, is their eco. If you go for man-at-arms and ranges, you're not only playing into the strength of Mayans, but you're delaying your farms a bit. So I'd be curious to see just how many farms Attila will have. It seems like he has a lot more food income than Robin Hood does at the moment. And Robin Hood is just now making his first archery range, so it's not the end of the world for Attila at all.
Yeah, I wonder if getting that 1 villager is worth it.
Yeah.
Instead of running around with those man-at-arms and keeping the archers at home for Attila the Hun.
Yeah, maybe just holding a presence is important. Dude, I absolutely love the meta nowadays. It could be that we were just noobs back then, and that was part of it, I'm sure. But back when we started casting AOC, I don't remember ever talking about momentum as much, you know? And like nowadays, something simple as not picking off a villager but staying in someone's base for 2 minutes, like, that can be a huge deal. Attila is already at Robin Hood's base, and Robin Hood will need some defensive skirmishers, which he's working on.
And Attila making another man-at-arm.
Wow.
Okay, I kind of like it. Just put the pressure down, mix it up a bit. He knows the skirmisher choice is going to come out from Robin Hood.
Yeah.
He's got skirmishers of his own coming out, but that 1 man-at-arm is going to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, with capture age, guys, it's a little bit complicated to see things behind buildings. Remember, this isn't alpha, so there's 2 man-at-arms in there now, and that denies that eagle option from Robin Hood, at least for the moment. Robin Hood should probably mix in a few archers with his skirmishers, so he can then kill the man-at-arms. I like the thought process from Attila, but I think that since blue is playing so safe right now, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, it puts more pressure on him, right? It forces your opponent to make a change in their strategy.
Yeah.
And I think anytime you do that, it's generally a good thing.
Yep. I can agree with that. And the army that Robin Hood has isn't that scary for Attila. So Attila could consider just running right towards Robin Hood's base. Robin Hood is still open. It'll be tough because Robin Hood now has fletching and he'll have armor on his skirms, so he could destroy the archers. But it's worth an attempt.
Yeah, and look at what these men-at-arms are doing. Those archers could never pressure that hill.
Yeah.
And now he's running away. And it's not like Robin Hood can just...
That's the second deer he shot. He's trying to move and he
God.
clicks the deer. Oh, the deer has slowed him down, Dave. No.
And he's separated.
Oh.
Don't separate. He's going to pick a villager, though.
Oh, no. Okay.
No!
Viper confirmed. Viper confirmed. That has to be him. He's banned Vietnamese.
Oh my
And
God.
that's the wall that Viper does.
Get her! Get her! Get her! Get her with the archer!
And it's especially like Viper to do a wall that ends up being somewhat useless. I feel like we found them, finally. I feel like that is Viper. Other players can do that wall, but Viper's so good at those little quick walls. Oh man, this is exciting now, man. This is exciting.
If this is Viper, who the hell was Eric the Red?
Leary! I think Leary. And they'd be on the same side of the bracket. So... potentially, let's just say that Robin Hood does win and it is Viper and Eric the Red was Leary. They would Shoot, someone will have to pull up the bracket. Actually, I'll show the stream. This will have spoilers, guys.
They would
but
meet at the finals, man.
they would
Yeah.
no, they would face in the semifinals, because Eric the Red would have to beat Joan, and then Robin Hood would have to beat. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead of ourselves, right? This is Hidden Cup,
Slav player,
and there's a lot of
mixing it up
different
with the
things we could do.
scouts.
Yeah.
Shot it.
So he's going full feudal. This is gonna really mess up blue, dude. Especially if he hides these for a period of time. Nope, he's just going right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 scouts with a lot of archers. The crazy thing is while this is a bit of a food investment, you can make up for it really quickly with Slav's eco. I think wait for 4 scouts and then fight, but this gives Robin Hood the time to make some archers with his skirmishers.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like he has just enough archers here, Robin Hood, to keep the scouts away, because otherwise he wouldn't be running forward. I'm not even sure about that, but...
Well, he's gonna go up to castle age really soon
Yeah.
here.
And he will have his base walled.
Shot it.
And he's on stone. Oh god. Attila, you gotta do some damage, my friend.
Not
It's not looking
from
good.
not bad from Attila, but look at all the archers Attila has made, and what has it really done? He's lost them near the archer ranges earlier. He has now lost them in the center of the map, and I guess Robin Hood will be looking towards those plumes as his base house walled off. Notice how he didn't rush the house walls either, Dave. A lot of players would have palisade walled that really quick, and he didn't. Signs, possibly, of who this player is.
This goes back to when Attila the Hun split up his man-at-arms from his archers. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
You made the man-at-arms to push the skirms back, or to possibly counter the eagles, and then you split them up.
You either...
It goes back to that deer. That's what it is.
deer.
It's the deer.
2 of them.
Yeah.
He clicked the deer twice, and shot the deer, and his unit stopped moving. Yeah, the man-at-arms didn't do much, and the scouts did an okay job, but Robin Hood will not be going for archers in the next age. He'll be hoping for plumes, and he is 75% of the way to the castle age.
Yep. I think if Attila the Hun is Nikov, it's an early GG here. I mean, he's definitely not out of it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a tough uphill battle.
No,
from here.
I think he's fine, because the castle, it's going to be tough, right? But what you can do is go Elite Skirm and Knights, and you have Slav economy to boom. So he would need TCs, but I genuinely feel like he could win this, as long as he keeps Robin Hood from getting a lot of map control with those plumes once he creates them.
And he is walling up his base.
Oh, he's going for the eco approach first as well. So Robin Hood, even delaying the castle. So Attila will fall behind in economy, I guess, but he needs to make sure he has map control. This is weird from Robin Hood, because...
University, 2 TCs, and nothing to defend?
Yeah, this is weird.
If Attila goes heavy in early castle age, this might be bad for Robin Hood.
It's
greedy.
This is super greedy. I'm trying to think of a way to describe this. It's super greedy, but it's a greed that a very good player can get away with. Because I feel as though the second Attila shows up with any type of pressure, Robin Hood's going to have a castle. So he basically got a head start with the Vil count, and then right when Attila shows up, castle. But
This is the Mayan privilege right here.
yeah, it's not the norm though. The norm would be to build the castle first and then add the TCs. And he's getting ballistics and leather archer armor. He doesn't have a single ranged unit. Wait, actually, I think he has a skirmisher around. Where is it? There it is! He just let the skirmisher out! Are you kidding me? That's his army right there?
He wanted scouting, man. He wanted more scouting.
He has armor. He's going to be a tanky skirm. Let's watch him go. Let's watch him go. Oh, the bird's flying overhead. He's got the bird's blessing.
Oh, here we go. Round 1, fight!
Oh, I could snipe the archer. Snipe it. Micro. If he micros this for a couple minutes, then... I like how he debated fighting, and he's like, nope.
It's a good castle placement by him. That's where it
Yeah,
should go.
exactly. And see, now that there's Elite Skirm out in a few nights, he realizes he's fine. And the Skirm is eventually going to die, no matter how much armor he had. I bet you that Attila the Hun is confused. I would be confused. I saw the University, but I didn't see crossbows and I didn't see a castle.
Dude, thumb ring, ballistics,
Before
all the range
units.
upgrades, all the armor upgrades. Oh my goodness. This is the Mayan privilege, dude.
Yeah, this is the Mayan privilege. Let's be honest, Dave. Would any other pro do this except Viper?
If they were feeling confident, I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
Let's talk
Someone
about
like
that.
Yo might do it.
Someone like Yo or Hera.
Yeah.
Hera might consider doing it. It's true. This is true. I spoke to a lot of players before the event, and quite a few of them said they're looking forward to the mind games. So if this is something that people assume that Viper would always do, then maybe whoever this is trying to... He's probably watching the stream right now to see the cast, because these games were played over the last week, so he's probably enjoying himself. It's probably like... MBL's probably getting a laugh. MBL or Hera is probably getting a big laugh at this.
So, what's the strat here? The Slav player is going for a university for his skirmishers, but
Yeah.
what, as Slavs in this situation, where do you pressure and what are you
can't.
pressuring with? He's almost getting in. He's gonna get in here.
Well, I just said you can't, and then Knights and Skirms are going to waltz their way in, and this is super greedy from Robin Hood. Robin Hood should be punished for this greed. The irony of Robin Hood being greedy.
I know, right?
There is a 20-vil lead for Robin Hood, but he has a lot of idols inside his TCs. And these Knights have good upgrades. The Skirmishers have good upgrades, and a forward siege workshop.
Forward siege workshop. The skirmishers with ballistics
And
probably
armor.
soon. He does have the university, but it doesn't have ballistics yet.
Yeah, these Skirms can tank TC fire. They have armor. They could do
Look
so
at that
much
micro.
damage.
From Robin Hood. That was filthy.
Yeah.
The splits.
He shouldn't... Like, this is a fight that... Oh my god.
This is filthy, dude. Oh, he hasn't taken a hit.
Oh
He hasn't
my
taken a
God.
single hit. Oh man, no.
Okay, finally he loses a plumed archer. This is a fight that the skirmishers should win 10 times out of 10, but the splits from Robin Hood, very wonderful splits. So we're narrowing it
He's
down
getting
now.
ballistics now.
Yeah.
And with the siege workshop there, I'd love to see a siege workshop from Blue.
Dude, I think that narrows it down. I know we're spending a lot of time talking about the identities, but Viper, Hera, Leary,
Yep.
and
Or
no,
could do that.
MBL for sure. I mean, those players all do that type of micro consistently, and then maybe I have no clue on Attila yet. Poor Attila, we're not even talking about him. We're just focused on Robin Hood, as we should be though. Robin Hood is the one who went for this wacky strategy. He has so many town centers. He has an eco lead, but he has not made it easy for himself. And okay, now a second castle for him in this small little
And-
corner of the base.
Second siege workshop for Attila. This
Wow.
is a good response to this greed because this is a really tough position to push. And now, is he going to deny this castle?
He could.
He could run in with the skirms.
It might be doubt. The TC, the plumes will kill that. Oh no! The Maginot's still alive! Okay, I lied.
I'd love to see him run in with the skirms, though. He's got to delay that castle as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Dude,
And I think he's going to let it go up.
The mill. Imagine if the mill was somewhere else. The mill was blocking that. Either way, he runs into the town center fire, I suppose, so...
He can't let that castle go up, man. I don't, like, because then you have no position to push from. You can't push from the south.
You
can't
take the
push
TC.
from
Just
north.
take the TC. I don't think it's a bad idea to take the TC here. The issue is expanding your economy behind this, and the issue... It becomes awkward if Robin Hood hits Imp and tries to counter, right?
Well, he's about to hit him.
Yeah, he's on his way to Imp. He's not using this TC for Imp. With Capture Age, I can actually click the upgrade and it shows the town center he's using to research it. Yeah, you have to accept TC, and I think you have to track the plumes somehow. And it seems like Attila's doing that. He has skirms waiting for plumes. On this side, he's building a forward monastery next to the relic. Fascinating. It's tough for Attila, Dave. There's just so many plumed archers.
I think the initial response from Attila was good. He wasn't aggressive enough with it. Like, you build 2 siege workshops, you gotta take risks here.
Yep, he should have probably tried to deny the castle. It could have done a lot of things. At least now
now the
Attila
plumes-
responds that blue is coming over here, so he's aware, but it's going to be
The
complicated.
plumes are home free, and what does he do against his siege workshop at home? Ooh, he's taking out the TC at the front.
Yep. That's good pressure. And he's on his way to Imp as well. That's good pressure. This is possible for Attila. Now, it seems to me like Blue has a lot more control over the game. Blue has a lot of confidence, which is not great to see if you're in Attila's shoes. But with skirms, with enough of them right now before the Imp upgrades, he could get some good trades. He's doing that. And I think Slavs are better than Mayans if they get to Siege Ram Champion Skirmisher. You know, if they get to the Siege Infantry combo.
It depends on... I think it depends a lot on how the map is laid out.
Yeah.
Because if it's open, I think Mayans are better. But if it's a closed-off choke point you're fighting in, Slavs will have the advantage, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Mayans are about to open up the map a lot more with Elite Plume and Bracer on the way. Elite Plumes can even fight these skirmishers if need be, which means they can gain all of the control of the center of the map. This hill here, this gold is pretty much already secured and protected for Robin Hood. And okay, here are the Mangonels, Dave. I'm curious to see if Attila will be able to spot this. This is Attila's point of view. Oh my god! Wow, that was a fast reaction from Robin Hood. That was so close to being a disaster for him. And now he's able to run away. That, I thought for sure he was going to slip up. My goodness. And he's confident enough to loop around with more plumed archers. This is easy for any pro to have elite plumes versus just Mangonels. And Attila calls the GG. He just taps out because he knows he would have been overwhelmed. He wouldn't have had the time. Wow. Overall, a very good game. This Robin Hood player is full of confidence, though.
The greed there.
Yeah.
Like, it's so... You were right. It's so ironic. Robin Hood, which is incredible greed to get away with that. And... I mean... Attila tried to punish, but he couldn't follow through with it.
In my opinion, Attila, he didn't make many mistakes in Castle Age. The mistakes that you have to talk about would be Feudal Age. He lost like well over 10 archers, and he created those 2 man-at-arms and did nothing with them. I think he should have prioritized denying that second castle. That second castle, you can't get into the eco after it's up. Those would be the 2 moments, though, I think. In Feudal Age, he could have been better off. Because there's no need to lose that many archers. He could have then been to Castle Age slightly faster. And then in Castle Age, I do think at that point, certainly, pressure the castle more. It was interesting. It was almost like Robin Hood planned to have the TCs in that position. Because the TCs were ranging the Mangonels every time he tried to send them in. It was really, really weird.
Let's not give him too much credit.
I mean, I didn't say he did plan it. Listen, I'm not your average Viper
kid.
fanboy, Dave. Come on now.
Listen, kid. He didn't plan to put the TCs in that location, banking on the fact that his adversary is going to make 2 forward siege workshops.
I said, Dad, that it was almost like that. All right? I didn't say that he did plan it. I just said that, you know, it worked out for him. That's all.
You're so full of yourself. It's unbelievable.
What are you talking about? See, Dave is pissed off because he wanted Attila in his bracket, and so he's taking it out on me right now. That's what's going on. Wait, you did have Attila, right? Because I had Robin Hood.
Yeah, I had Attila. He's still going to win. He's going to pull through.
Okay. 64 kills for Robin Hood. 30 units lost. And, wow, just a huge boom for him. 7,500 gold, 1,600 stone. But it's okay for Attila, man. We're going on to Attila's home map next. Attila has 2 home maps, and he has Gold Rush and Bay. Japanese, Mongols, Britons, and Indians as his civs. I like the maps. Have we seen Gold Rush yet in this tournament? I think we saw it once yesterday, maybe. Yeah, I think it was once yesterday. T90 official, Dave is your sugar daddy. Yeah, exactly. It's what he is. I should not have read that comment. I thought it was going to be like T90 official, great show. Thank you for casting. So next game should be starting very shortly, guys. We'll get into game 2. Hopefully Attila will get a win to tie it up 1-1. You know what I want to see? I want to see Robin Hood regret not banning a good Civ with that global ban. You know, that's a little bit too cocky for my liking. Actually, hold on a second. We have to back out here and get the capture age up and running. Perfect. All right, so here we are. Welcome everyone to game number 2. This is the 7th best of 5 in the round of 16 of Hidden Cup number 2. Prize pool's over $10,000. We have 16 participants, all using hero names, and we do not know who they are. A lot of my chat thinks that this Robin Hood player is the Viper. It is possible with how he played in game number 1, and Robin Hood is playing as the Chinese. And then we have Attila the Hun playing on his home map, and he's playing Britons. He's gonna make longbows versus Robin Hood. Oh God, Dave. What are your thoughts on the civs, man?
Well, when I saw that Gold Rush was one of the maps, I immediately thought Britons because they are pretty good civ on Gold Rush.
Yep. Well, Britons
as for
is a historical
Chinese,
pick for Viper.
Yeah. And isn't one of the most famous Viper games a Gold Rush game where he picked Britons?
Yep. So Attila and Robin Hood must be Viper, right?
100%.
100% confirmed.
Obviously, Chinese, we've been over this before. If you can find your food early, they're one of the best civs.
Yeah. And
for sure.
At least in the Imperial Age, I'd say that they have an advantage over Britons. One could argue they do in the Castle Age as well, but it always depends. On Gold Rush, most of your focus is going to be the gold in the center. Robin Hood is closer to the middle, so maybe another reason this could be Viper because of the map hacks. You do have 7 tiles of gold. Very easy to wall in normally, so Robin Hood's base, perfect. 7 tiles there. And then for Attila, not as good because he has a hill on the front and he has the 2 golds, slightly more exposed. What are you thinking here, though? Like, does Chinese go scouts? Just make it knights into skirms instead of trying to go crossbows against the Britons?
I think so. You can't go crossbow v crossbow against another good player.
Yeah.
Like, you can, but it's not a sustainable plan, you know?
Yeah.
Chinese, probably knight skirm, maybe add in some mangonels.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Chinese, well, they have their options, right? So Knight Skirm, Forward Siege Workshops. Interesting that there's not a ton of elevation near the gold. There's actually elevation near Red's base. So I guess it's good and bad for Red because there's no hills in the center, but he also has the hills in his base.
It's also kind of unfortunate for Red that his gold is blocked, but if he's smart, he'll build a lumber camp there and chop those trees. I don't think that's enough to be an admin-ry.
It's weird on Gold Rush, right? Because normally you have a 7-tile gold, and I think if 4 of the tiles are blocked, then it's admin-ry, but I've actually never run into a situation on Gold Rush where that was talked about, so obviously if there was an issue, would have contacted the admins, so this game will be played out.
Yeah, and he can get around that really easily. All he does is build a lumber camp near there and he can chop around it, you know? But speaking of the gold is farther from Red's base than it is from Blue.
Yeah, man. Well, that means that Red will have to be aggressive. In Feudal Age, you don't need to worry about the gold, but in Castle Age onwards, that's when the focus is there. And some of my favorite Age of Empires 2 1v1s ever have been on this map. Viper and Yo is on YouTube. For those that are looking for something else to watch, check that out. That was absolutely sick. Then... Oh, Dave, it wasn't actually Gold Rush. Wasn't it Stark and Fire we casted during a 24-hour stream?
Oh, that was that market. That was the
AoE economics.
Yeah. What map was that?
It was Golden Pit, I think. So it was a similar concept. Yeah, that one was super cool.
That's one of my favorite games of all time. That was so sick.
I think I changed the title on YouTube to AoE2 Economics as well, because I tried to find it later and I couldn't find it searching it by that, and people were pointing out in the YouTube comments that I'd said we'd title it that, and I did not. So I think we're going to see a Drush FC for Attila. Here come the militia. This is a classic build. You don't see Drush Fast Castle a lot nowadays. And I think that scouts into skirms can counter that. So it's important that Attila has a really nice build here.
Look at the greed again from Robin Hood. Look at these walls.
Yeah.
That wood line though on the right, that is so nice.
It's so unfair.
Why do you need walls?
It's so unfair. Oh my god.
This is Viper.
Unfair maps? Definitely Viper, yeah. Great player, better maps.
Good luck with your Drush, bro.
Oh, well, hold on a second.
He's standing right on the house.
Oh, he blocks the quick wall from Robin Hood. This is already a successful Drush. Way to go, Attila. Let's go. So he idled 5 villagers, and he could idle more. This is not something that Robin Hood was planning. He was too greedy. You should have known better, Robin Hood.
Now he's going to go to the other wood line. He's going to go to the berries. He's just going to be an annoyance at this point.
Yeah.
And the longer he can keep this Drush alive, even if he thinks he has the chance to pick a Vill, I think you got to keep it alive.
Yes. Correct, man. It's not necessarily about Vill kills, it's about idle time. And Robin Hood is so aware of that. You see how the Vills haven't been pulled off wood? I would have pulled my Vills off wood or tried to quick wall. He's just standing there. Nope, I need these resources. I think Attila should have forced a fight. I don't know why he didn't try and fight at least.
Robin Hood's got that one villager outside that ran around the wood line. If he decides to go forward with that dude, those Jaguars are hungry.
Yeah, okay, I see the Jags. By the way, this is not a Drush Fast Castle for Red. Or if it was a bad build because he will not be up to Castle Age quickly. And I think you have to decide. You either go Drush Fast Castle or you go Man-at-Arms. If you go Drush and then you're caught in Limbo and Feudal Age and you just start making archers, I think that's really bad. That's one of the worst situations you could fall into because you won't have a Castle Age advantage and Robin Hood's going to have a huge scout advantage already.
He's done, you know what? He's done well with the scouts. He got with the militia.
Yep.
He got that scout really low HP and he still has 2 alive. He's still being annoying.
Oh.
Blue trying to gate.
Nice little attempt there from Robin Hood. Sneaky
Look at what
gates.
this is doing, though. This is preventing the scouts from going out, finding out what he's doing.
Yeah.
Maybe picking a stray villager, being annoying at red space. Like, this Drush did so much.
And Attila now loses his units, but as Dave said, they've been around a while. They got some damage in. Now it's time for Robin Hood to push out. So Robin Hood might be thinking this is a Drush Fast Castle. Pretty much the only intel that you're going to have in Robin Hood's shoes is just experience. You'll notice that Attila hit Feudal Age a bit early for the Fast Castle. And if Robin Hood sees this, then he'll add an archer range and prepare a few skirmishers to deal with any archers, most likely.
And also the militia, the damage that they did to the scouts prevents Attila the Hun doesn't have to make a spearman, so that's a little bit of extra savings as well.
Yep.
The Drush did its work.
Good point. And the idea behind any Feudal Age build, which is what Attila has chosen over the Fast Castle, his economy is going to be a lot stronger. So he researched horse collar before his farms, he researched double bit axe, and you normally can't afford to do that if you're going for that Fast Castle. So there's pros and cons to this. I do think the con is that Robin Hood kind of got a head start on all that Feudal Age eco, but we'll see. I think it's something, it's a bit risky, but maybe Red could consider sneaking 5 archers around and trying to snipe something. Otherwise, he might need to stay within his walls.
Maybe. I mean, the 1 archery range, what is it doing for him at the moment?
Yeah,
right?
not much.
It's really weird.
I like how Robin Hood scouted the range now, though, and there's no flag on top of it.
And look what he's doing with the rest of his scouts. Oh, this is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
This is Viper.
I was waiting for you to say it. I think it is too. I think it is too. He tried the gate earlier on the 2 militia. He globally banned Vietnamese. I think it is.
It could be.
Him.
You know what? It could be Leary though. It could be MBL.
Yeah.
It's definitely a top 5 player.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. There's everything that was done in game 1 could have been done by other players, but honestly, it's the trolling that makes me think Viper, because Viper is the only one out of the group that would globally ban Vietnamese to see our reaction. He's the only one. And Viper, I know you're listening right now. Screw you, man. Screw you for making it easy. Watch it not be him. Watch it be Backed or ACCM or.
You know, I don't think this is ACCM. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, man. Just saying.
It could be Hera too if Hera's super confident.
Yeah.
If Hera is very confident, he could beat anyone.
Well, if it's not Viper, Whoever it is just got a big compliment from us.
Yep.
And all the chat. And I think that the Nobunaga who played yesterday in the first sets and Rolf, those guys played really good, and everyone was saying Viper for them. So some people are going to get some big compliments. But one thing that you always notice with Viper's play is if he doesn't need to use his scouts to fight, he gets the other areas of the map. And just look at this, man. Look at the scouting of this map. He is scouting every inch. That's the score boost you see so often. Viper's score is higher, or Robin Hood's score is higher because of the scouting.
Wait a second. Red is dropping a stable outside of the view of blue. He made the archers to debate, I think.
Okay.
And now he's going double stable as Britons because he expects blue to go into the skirmishers, which he's doing. Oh, what a read.
Wow. So
what a read from Red.
So Robin Hood, well, it can't be Viper then because someone got it wrong. Can't be him. I mean, he's considering going elite skirm in a few knights, and Attila the Hun is going to switch this round. He's going to go with just a few crossbows and a lot of knights on from his own base.
I love this so much because he built the stables outside of the view from Blue's units. And Blue is, as soon as Blue sees those knights, he's going to be like, oh no, here we go.
The risk involved in this is that Chinese they can create camels. But as long as Attila is able to keep these Briton crossbows alive, he can also snipe camels. So such a fascinating move from Attila. I'm pretty certain he's dead if he doesn't go 2 stables like this because the elite skirms are already prepped.
And he's got to be wondering, Robin Hood's got to be wondering where that second range is as well.
True. Yeah,
so
true.
Maybe he's clued in. We'll see if he starts making camels before he sees the knights.
Yep.
He hasn't yet.
He sees a TC. He's just kind of waiting. He knows Attila needs to address this. Can these skirms range the vills on the TC? I don't think they can.
Do you take the fight first? Or do you go forward? Okay, he's going to take the fight.
I wouldn't take it now.
He's showing it way too early,
No, it's fine, though. 2 knights with scale barding can kill those skirms.
I don't know.
Oh, Robin Hood says no multi-queue. Why is this a problem in 2019? It should be a consistent setting. Yeah, maybe that was too early, Dave.
I think he should have gone forward with the
knights and crossbows.
Crossbows, you can clear up that entire army with like 3 knights. You could do that later. Go forward, surprise him, try and find a hole in the wall.
Yeah. Well, I love how Blue has used the scouts just to distract the knights. He's gonna lose all his skirms though. He's gonna lose all his skirms. It's worked out for Attila.
And Red saved the wounded knight. Oh, it's so close, man!
It's alright.
Come on!
So now a monastery for Attila, perhaps expecting those camels. I don't see any camels on the way yet for Robin Hood. Robin Hood is on 3 town centers. And we have to start thinking about the center. Remember, there's only 7 tiles of gold for each player in their base. Now there's 4,000 gold for red. I can actually double click the gold. And then for blue, we have like 4,500 gold. And that will go through pretty quickly.
Dude, this is so greedy. Again. This is so greedy.
The boom and the lack of military? Yeah.
Yeah.
Super greedy. He should get punished for not creating camels, for not thinking of a siege workshop, you know, for not thinking of a monastery.
For not securing the mid, like, nothing.
And the thing is, it's greed for boom, but they're level on vills. So, I think if Attila gets to a crucial number of crossbows and knights, this will be tough.
Yeah, he's getting heavy plow, he's getting bloodlines, he's getting leather archer armor, he's getting all the text, but he's not making units.
He's making skirms. And with enough skirms, you could actually fight the knights. That's the silly thing. It'd need quite a few more, but it's not unheard of. I just think that Attila could add a siege workshop now, and I think Attila will be considering that
He's
right
got the
now.
Villager forward. Where's she going? Ah,
there it is. All right, Dave. This is interesting. Blue was definitely shocked by that move, but after getting all those eco techs, after investing into so many farms, I think his resources are going to start to spike up a little bit, and now he's going to 2 stables, and now he's starting to create some knights.
So he's going skirm knight instead of skirm camel because he knows red has the crossbows to counter the camels.
And unfortunately for the Britain player, they don't get bloodlines.
Look what he's doing with one skirmisher. He's scouting the middle.
Smart move, man. And now he sees there's a siege workshop. Just the small things from Robin Hood, man. Oh, delete the skirm. Okay, he lost it. Those monks are probably so pissed off with the knights. Like, why'd you do that? We were gonna convert him.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should have shown the monks that early. I think he showed them way too early because now Blue's going to be hesitant to engage with the knights. He had no idea that Red had monks.
It's possible. It's possible. I do think a lot of this should be expected at this level, but you never know, right? You never know. Chain barding for both on the way. Now remember, the Chinese knights get bloodlines, so that's an extra 20 HP for them, which is a huge deal. And Attila is really pushing forward. Dave, I think he needs to be careful how close he gets to Robin Hood's base. I think he just needs to camp the middle. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Camp the middle, maybe get a TC down in a favorable position in the middle. Secure it. And then think about going in.
If this is Viper, he has like 6 vills on stone right now. Where's his stone at?
It's at the back.
At the back.
Are you talking about red or blue?
Blue. So 4 vills on stone. The reason I say that is because, I mean, every player should be considering going on stone. Red's a bit later to it just so they could build the castle. I spoke to... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Red's pushing in, but I don't know if that's a great strategy because Blue's just going to cut off his reinforcements.
Yes, you have to stay in the middle. I don't think... Or... Yeah, just stay in the middle. Yeah, Red, this is also very close to Viper's... sorry, Robin Hood's buildings. I didn't try that. I've joked in the past, but I'm not... That was an accident. Yeah, so you want to stay further away from those stables and archery ranges. Nice Maganel shot, though. Nice connection with the skirms.
He's still in a vulnerable position. He can't afford to lose his army numbers, because this could snowball.
I mean, that goes for both players, right? It's 110 population for Robin Hood and 107 for Attila. I just believe that the Castle Age composition is better for Chinese than it is for Britain. Unless you're talking 30, 40 crossbows. And we're definitely not there yet.
This is a good position for Red. This is a good position to take this fight for Red. Blue needs to get out of there.
Wow, a misstep from Robin Hood. And
he's up!
He's on his way to the Imperial Age. That is not the case for Robin Hood. And Robin Hood could lose a few knights to the monks. Now his skirmishers are out of position. They're grouped upon by knights. This could be good for Robin Hood.
This is really good.
Now, be careful though, because the skirmishers for Robin Hood are in the south. They're staying in the minimum range of the Maganel. They get hit.
But the knights are gone from blue now, and it's only knights from red.
Run! Attila, get your crossbows out of here, man. Just get them out of here. Don't waste any crossbows on these skirmishers.
I think he's fine. I think he's fine.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't need them. You know, just like make sure blue can't get a few hits. Yeah, here we go.
He's got 4 archer ranges going up in the middle.
Still has that gold control. And it seems like all in Castle Age for Robin Hood. This is still dangerous, Dave. This is still dangerous. If more skirms and knights arrive, there's not that many knights as a buffer for Attila. He needs to be careful. He needs to hold for 2 more minutes. These are +2 knights. Oh my god. Dave, you know that classic game? That Mr. Yo versus Viper on Gold Rush game? It was an all-in Castle Age from Viper. And I think it's such a good play because you take that center area right as your opponent's trying to advance to Imp. That was when Attila was vulnerable, and Attila doesn't have the resources, he doesn't have the numbers. Oh, what will Imp give him now? It felt good for a while, didn't it? It felt really good. Yeah. And what that will do is, since your TC is not advancing to Imp, your TC is producing vills, it gives you a huge eco spike as well. So 92 vills currently for Robin Hood, and getting handcart. And he has the map control.
I think Robin Hood might buy a castle, or he might actually get enough stone soon.
Yeah.
And then once he gets it down, Red's going to be in a really rough spot. But Red... I don't know. He's got those arbalests. He's got those Britain arbalests.
This could swing a little bit back into Red's favor, I agree. This will be as Robin Hood is now on the way to Castle Age. And so it's important for Robin Hood to now make sure he castles the center, Dave. Probably right near where the Siege Workshop is. But if you compare the positions, it definitely will be better for Robin Hood when they're an imp because he has the gold. Mm-hmm. Did I say Castle Age? I meant Imperial Age, sorry.
I think Robin Hood, or sorry, Attila the Hun has been selling stone because I've been looking at his stone count. He's had villagers on there for a long time and still no castle.
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because he doesn't have that gold anymore. He hasn't had it for a while, in fact. Didn't even complete that mining camp in the center.
Double siege workshop now for Robin Hood. He's getting the castle down in the middle. He's got skirmishers there. He's kind of distracting with knights on the right side.
And Chinese get siege ram. Chinese get everything that can counter Britons. They get the skirms, they get the cav, they get the siege ram. Britons is not a mobile civ. Britons is the type of civ that needs to have the center right now. Not the civ that's going to push this easily. Especially without a castle.
The pikeman upgrade, I think, is about 5 or 6 minutes too late for Attila.
If Attila would have just waited to click up to imp and used some of that food and gold to make 10 more knights, he would have been fine. 10 more knights. Just delayed it a little bit more, I think then he would be the one with the castle in the center now. That's what it comes down to. Just 10 knights.
There's the castle for him. It's on that hill.
Well,
he's going to try and win the Treb War, but he's not going to have the gold to sustain this very long. He's got like 1 gold pile left, I think.
Yeah, and Attila just calls the GG right after Robin Hood hits the Imperial Age. The only hope for Attila there, I guess, was that Robin Hood was not up. Robin Hood's timing on that attack was perfect. The second that Attila clicked up, he hit, took the map control, took the gold. That was really well done.
That's so demoralizing because I look at that and it's like Attila did almost everything right. Mm-hmm. You know, to get into that, back into that game, to really, really pressure Robin Hood, and then he just clicked up too fast. You're right. Yeah. He should have invested a little more, and he should have, instead of selling his stone, he should have got a castle up in the middle or a town center or something.
Yeah, he didn't have the center secured before he clicked up, and he didn't have the battlefield secured. And I think you kind of have to expect that in that situation. You kind of have to expect that the Chinese player is going to go with a lot of knights and skirms, try and get map control before clicking up. Because if the Chinese player, if Robin Hood would have done exactly what Attila did, then he puts himself at a disadvantage because he allows Britons to get that mass, and he allows Britons to hold the center still. So it's easy to say now, man, because as you said, Attila played so freaking good, but Robin Hood just outsmarted him. And Robin Hood is looking good. He's up 2-0 in a best of 5. Do you know how when we casted Eric the Red earlier and we said that Eric the Red's opponent had got to be Willie Wallace, has got to be kicking himself because of who he's up against?
Yeah.
I think it's the same.
It's the same with Attila, yeah.
Yeah. I think he's probably thinking, oh, geez, this guy's really good. I will give you guys the achievements. One momento, por favor. I mean, how often does it come down to the position in a game and the eco in a game? Because the KD is so close. 65 kills for Attila, 64 deaths. But the food eco and the wood eco, there was just so much more in the way of food and wood eco for Robin Hood. And obviously, he would have had the gold throughout the rest of that game. I am pretty sure that Attila sold because he has the gold here, but he didn't collect gold in the center, so it's probably him selling his stone and some of his wood and food.
He was definitely selling his stone.
Yep.
100%. He was on it for way too long, and then I look back and he's got like 30. And I'm like, what? There's no castle on the field here.
Yep. Guys, I'm seeing all the kind messages in the chat. Thank you. I obviously can't read them all, but I do see them. I'm glad I could be presenting this game and this tournament to so many people. It's been a lot of fun. Glad to see you guys are engaged and enjoying it just like us. The next game is coming up. It will be between Robin Hood and Attila, of course, and we will see the other home map for Attila. Dave, I think Indians and Mongols are insane on Bay. What civilization should Robin Hood go with?
I think Japanese are pretty good on Bay as well.
Could be, yeah, you're right.
Robin Hood... Malians, I think.
Yeah, I think Malians are Celts, but it's definitely more
On a water map,
iffy.
I think Malians.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll find out. we'll find out. Young Donnie says Hidden Cup 2 is legit AF. Thanks, T90, for all your hard work. This is awesome. You're welcome, Donnie. Thanks, man. Murph Vocalist, MR527, Katil, not T90 official. Thank you guys all for the resubs. Thank you, Azure Sentry, for gifting some subs to the stream. Thank you, Default Hunter, for gifting 5 subs to the stream. Thank you guys for being a part of this. All right, Dave, let's hop into the next game. It will be on Bay, one of the new Hidden Cup 2 maps. Japanese? You were right on that. It's a Japanese pick.
Japanese against Malians.
Yeah.
Hey! Called it.
Well, obviously Attila didn't... there's some conversation here in the game room. We get to see that. Attila says, didn't you pick Cup? And Robin Hood says, it's your home map, loser of last game. Okay, so Attila didn't prepare because it would be the loser of the previous game. So we get to see the next home map for Attila. And they speak English. So very limited English at least. This is such a cool map, Dave. Dave, have you casted this yet, or have you just seen it?
I played that one game against you, which was brutal, and then I watched a couple of games, but I haven't casted this map.
Sweet. Well, I'll talk a bit about it. So you can see the fish in the center, everyone. There is 10 deep fish here. So there's 10 salmon to be exact. So just over 2,000 food is in this bay area. And then you have bases on either side. And then there is 10 deer for each player and land. So it gives you that water option if you would like to fight for water. But if you win water, you don't win the game because there's so many resources that can be taken elsewhere, including these stones. In the center of this map, we have 6,000 stone and 7,000 gold. And that's not even counting the rest of the gold that's out here. So there's plenty of resources to be found in the center of the map, Dave. So you got to take that map control.
So what do you think about the Civ matchup? Obviously, both really good early game.
Yeah.
But how does it match up into like Castle Age and Imperial Age?
I think so the reason that I thought Japanese wouldn't be picked for Attila was because I like mobility on this map. I've seen non-mobile civs struggle because the key is to get to these resources in the middle long term. And so for Japanese, I mean, if there's water, they have to try and take advantage on water. So that's how I would foresee it going for Attila. But I think that he might then lose that map control. And against a guy like Robin Hood, who is probably going to play insanely well with map control, that's going to be a struggle. Malians have the knight option, the camel option. They have more mobile options when it comes to land.
So Robin Hood went forward with the scout.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he was looking for the boars. He was looking for the deer position, it looks like. Because he would have gone, he knows where the base is. It's obvious he's prepared for this map. So he went to where the deer is.
This is the first player to do this, actually. The first player to take the deer and not dock. I love this. This is what I envisioned when the map was created. One person could go for water, the other could say, screw it. I'm going out for the deer. So, that's awesome.
I love how he went to the deer and he scouted the opponent's deer to see if he was doing the same strategy.
Yeah, and if Attila ever goes out to the deer, Robin Hood will see the carcasses in the fog of war, so he'll know. You could send a villager forward to lame the deer. You could shoot the deer if you wanted to. In fact, saying that, Dave, we have a pre-mill, pre-dock barracks for Robin Hood. How much you want to bet a militia's traded?
He's got a mill. He's got a mill out near the deer,
yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. I'm used to seeing mills on the berries. It's been a long day, okay?
Is he gonna? Yeah, he's making militia. He's going for the drush. Yeah. Is he gonna go kill the deer, or is he gonna send it into Red's base? Because Red's pretty compact right now.
Yeah. Well, I could do both. You could send one militia to the deer and send the rest into Red's base to delay him. Yeah, Robin Hood sees the vills. Something to point out is you can't full wall your base unless you can't wall to the water because of the marsh here. I didn't want players full walling, so it's got to be more passive for Red.
He's going to wall to the edge of the map, I think. And he's going to be up to Feudal Age first.
But do you know why he's doing that? Because he wants to win water.
To go on water. Yeah, this is why, guys. This is why you always, even when you think it's a sure shot that you're. Oh, he has scouted the shoreline.
Yeah.
So he knows there's no dock.
And he's also scouting the Drush. So he should be adding fishing ships now instead of making fire galleys. But he also needs to make sure the militia does get in here. See, you can't wall this base up easily, Dave. The militia are going to come right in. Well, maybe not. We got some palisades from Attila. And
the scout now coming over from Robin Hood to help against that villager. He's going to pick him off.
Oh my god. Oh
That
my
hurts.
god. And he could kill Red Scout if Red stays here. Red has got to be tilted. Wow. He should use this militia and send it over. Red, don't lose your scout. Don't lose your scout, Attila.
Yeah, he's going to lose it. That's unfortunate.
Well, he'll hit Feudal Age in a second, so he could run around.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But just domination from Robin Hood. Really good game plan. Understood the map. There's 1,000+ food here with the deer. And
So
he's on his way up now.
He's in Feudal Age now, but he's not making anything. He's making fishing ships and villagers.
Red, yeah.
This is... Blue completely messed with his strategy when he didn't go water.
Yep. It's how the game should be played, honestly. Different civs, different bonuses. You know Japanese are probably going to take water, so take land, and don't play into your opponent's strengths. I love how Robin Hood has played this. Really smart, and I'd love to see him kill the deer. Not that he needs to right now, because Red's not taking them, but wouldn't be a bad idea.
I like how Red's scouting the shoreline, just to make sure Blue isn't dropping a dock. And you can see the importance of that one hit scout, right?
Yeah. It wouldn't be a bad idea for Attila to make a fire galley just to patrol there. Because you have to imagine Blue is going to try at some point in the game. In fact, we might be seeing it now.
Coming out right now, yeah. He's either walling or he's going for a dock. But Red looks like he's going to be on top of it. And he's making the fire galley right now. Okay.
I don't know if she's docking, though. She seems to be going towards the other... Oh, she's building a range. Okay. That's weird.
He just missed it with the scout, too.
I don't think Blue is aware that Red's scouting that area, but he's going to double check with his scout. Remember, now that they're both in Feudal Age, Blue should one-shot this quite easily. Alright, man. Blacksmith Archer range. This is a not-so-typical Drush Fast Castle build for Robin Hood. And he'll go into Crossbowman in the next stage.
I wouldn't underestimate, like, so far this has been going Robin Hood's way.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't underestimate the power of Japanese fish.
I know.
It's a lot of food coming in.
Yeah, and it's more consistent than the deer. There's 1,000 food with the deer. It comes in quick, but the deep fish are going to come in over a longer period of time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Red market in a moment. And build a market and start buying a little bit of food just to get up to the next stage a bit faster than he would normally. Oh, and he sees the ranges. The importance of the weak scout coming into play almost every single game today this has happened. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to jinx you, but... but, I mean, he scouted the ranges, and that's what's important, so... Now he's building towers.
I never knew this bird unit was called Stork. I never knew that.
What? There's a stork?
Capture Age. Yeah, it's the bird.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Stork.
Stork. There he goes. It does look like a stork, kind of.
I thought it was just like bird.
I mean,
I don't know.
there's a macaw. It's M-A-C-A-W. Learned that yesterday. Macaw. I don't know. I can't say it. There's a few different birds, few different fish. Variety, as always. And I'm assuming Forward Siege Workshop for this build?
Yeah. It's gotta be. Unless he wants to go mill the other deer.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else that he would really be planning on doing. Red has stonewalled, has towered, is sending archers inside his tower. I would love to see Red transport archers. He wouldn't get in, but that would be sick.
That would be a hell of a play.
Yeah.
Maybe make a siege tower, transport that and the archers. Blue's actually docking, you know. Oh,
where is he docking? Oh, and Red spots it. Yeah, and she's going to get that dock up, but I think Red can be okay here. He's at least has a heads up that this is happening. I think it depends on how much Robin Hood expands his economy within the time it takes Attila to get to the Castle Age, because he's just clicked up. Because at the moment, it is just 1 TC for Robin Hood, and I think that if he can get to a 2nd and a 3rd TC sooner rather than later, he'll take a slight lead there.
And Red just now getting double bit axe. You can tell he was flustered.
Oh my god, these vills.
Really flustered.
Oh, that's bad. I feel like Attila should have expected that, man. Oh, he's lost 2 to that. You saw that they ran around. Yeah, he's flustered, all right. And there's the siege workshop, finally. Gotta be a ram, maybe. You don't even need to go mangonel. You could go ram here, maybe. I want to see a transport for Red, but maybe it's better to try and snipe this villager building the siege workshop and stop the crossbows from massing.
I want to see transport, siege tower, like I said. That's what we call a portage in Canada, my friend.
Does that happen a lot in Canada?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time, yep. 3 ranges for Attila, so he knows he's behind. Keep in mind, guys, he does have 7 Japanese fishing ships, so he is ahead in economy, but he has so little of the map. He gave the map up to get the water.
What does he do against this on the right-hand side?
Against that, defensive siege workshop, and then...
Well, he's making a TC, so
Oof.
Doesn't really have the wood for a defensive siege workshop. I guess he's just gonna repair the TC and try and hold there while he pressures on the front side. I mean, Blue noticing right away as soon as the crossbows come in the line of sight of his barracks, moving the villagers, only losing 1.
Yeah, but what does Blue have in defense? His siege workshop is forward. He's lost his dock. Sorry, he has not lost his dock, but he's not doing much there. The crossbows are going to come in, so we have a bit of a base trade incoming, Dave. Both players need a defensive siege workshop. Red's actually building his at the moment. You know, this is the time. This is the time for Attila. Get some Vill pickoffs.
Yep. Don't engage that army. Go right in.
Yeah.
If he gets into that wood line,
oh, wow.
Dangerous, but Blue walling up very, very nicely there.
I like how he chose the stone gate instead of the palisade gate. It seems obvious, but a lot of players would go palisade. He went for the safer move, and he's back to his gold. And now Red needs to out-micro Robin Hood, who seems like a beast at that. Because he has to micro, otherwise his units are going to die here without doing anything.
Some misclicks there from Red. Oh, no!
He did snipe a Vill, though. He has that going for him. And Red is... I think he'll be fine at home.
His Mangonel's coming out, like, right now.
Yeah. Boom! Oh, nice shot!
Jeez.
That was great. Did you see the militia fall down? That was graphic. Goodness gracious. Yeah, and Red lost all of his crossbows. It could have been better for Red. It's obvious to me that Robin Hood just has way more control with his military. But we're looking at 40 Vills for Attila and 7 fishing ships versus 38 Vills for Robin Hood and 0 fishing ships. And he didn't have horse color.
Yep. He can afford to drop his 3rd TC now, and that's probably just because of the fishing ships.
Yeah.
That extra food, as soon as... Like, Blue only had 3 villagers on those deer. That does not compare to the amount of fish that Red had.
Yeah, the thing that Blue has going for him is the map control, but I'm not sure how much he has anymore. He'll need a few good Mangonel engagements. He's still out in this location, but Red is starting to push out across the map. This is dangerous stuff for Robin Hood.
Another Mangonel coming out from Red.
Yeah, man. Robin Hood has quite a few crossbows here, but that might not be the case if he doesn't spot this. Yeah, guys, Robin Hood could mill the deer, but at this point, deer food income is not something you want to invest into. It's too risky. It doesn't make as much sense with the flowing economy.
It's funny because he's sending those 3 villagers over, and I think he might.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Why did I wait 5 seconds? My God. I meant to say it makes perfect sense, because if Robin Hood would do it, then it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so he's coming forward with the mangonel and these crossbows. I think he has to wait till the mangonel gets within range and then kill that palisade in like 2 seconds and then run in.
Kill the palisade now. Why did Robin Hood not wall that? I feel like that's at least a house wall situation.
Oh, he's in.
Yeah, Robin Hood has to flee some of his wood and some of his farms. At the same time, Attila needs to defend at home, and the Maginal Micro, great from both, Dave.
Make a demo right now. Make a demo.
If I'm down 2 games and I have some micro nerd against me like Robin Hood, I would make a demo. Just in hopes that I could snag a big explosion, get a big highlight. Robin Hood is down in Vills, and he can't take his gold again. He does have a defensive siege workshop.
This is really solid play from Attila, considering the start that he had.
Yes.
Especially his early feudal. This has been a very, very solid follow-up.
I mean, he almost has the lead in every category, except the map control.
Ooh, Blue's going after the water again, but almost all the fish are gone by now.
Yeah, most of the fish are gone. In fact, I think there's only 70 food left, so the timing on that was not ideal. And 2 more villagers just died at Robin Hood's base. Robin Hood is the one that's really on the back foot now. He's scrambling, but back come his crossbows. Oh!
Mangonels? Hello?
Micro!
Hello? Hello?
It was an intentional... Oh, man. It was intentional that he looked away. Oh, look at the splits from Attila. Viper confirmed. Split! Split!
Oh my god, there's no amount of splitting gonna get you out of that one. I'm sorry.
My god. I just like went off the map there for a few moments. Oh god. Viper confirmed, right? Red is Viper confirmed. I feel like keeping the fishing ships alive for fish traps would still be really nice here, but I don't think Red should prioritize that as much as getting the land. Blue's engagements have been better over the last few moments. What are we seeing here? Mangonels against fishing ships.
He's blocking the fires with the fishing ships.
And Robin Hood is now docking again, so he wants to take the water control, and if he does that, he might have a perfect area to land next to the golds and the stones of Attila.
He could range both those stones and the gold from the water as well.
Wow, good micro, Attila. Very good micro. I'm impressed, but he needs to stay away from the fire ships. And he needs to be careful because Robin Hood is coming in for more.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh,
no!
God! Oh, Robin Hood redeems himself. That was brutal for Attila the Hun.
Did you see the micro there? He shot with both of them, moved away with both of them, and was moving his fire ship around.
And was booming up at home as well. Because remember, he was behind in Vills. He's catching up now. And oh my god, more Mangonels. Micro needed. Split away. And oh, that's a 2 HP Mangonel. Red just got lucky.
Got him.
Oh, he's repairing it too. Okay. These Mangonel wars have been very, very interesting. What's also interesting is Robin Hood is making a demo, Dave. He's doing what you wanted from Red earlier, and Robin Hood loses crossbows. This is going back and forth with the micro battles. No player has been perfect. My goodness. 77 Vills versus 75, Dave. This is not doable for Attila the Hun. I think he needs to expand, though. I think eventually he'll need to get the center area where all these buildings are. And I think Robin Hood realizing that will build a castle. That's a really important castle for him. I also like this new TC.
Yeah, Red's got a long way back here. But he's got to push out on the right-hand side, but Blue has the siege workshop there. He'll see that. He's got the castle in the middle. He can't push out that way. Can't push out towards the water because there's demos there.
But look at the resources. 1,000 food for Attila. 700 gold. Meaning he will click to imp first. Well, he has the stone. He needs to come forward, build a castle, I think, next to where his crossbows are. And then from there, start a treb push. And probably Halberdier... See, you're against Malians, right? So, Halberdier Arbalest, because Malians don't have great counters to, they don't have skirmisher, right? Now, they could consider going champion, but they would never go champion against Japs. or Japanese, so man, lots of question marks over that, Dave, but I think that Attila could do this with a forward castle.
It's going to be tough. I'm just looking at his map position, and even if he gets a castle down, he doesn't really have anywhere to like push out from.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I want to point something out, because this is a theme now, okay? Notice how Robin Hood is clicking to imp later. He at one point had the he was behind in the Vil count, but he's getting his eco upgrades, and he's staying in Castle Age just a little bit longer, and this is all gonna spike for him. He's gonna have a big spike of resources.
And he's looped around to the right, all the way around to the right, and he's gonna deny red from going out this side.
You mean, with the Vils? Oh, a castle there. Wow, if he gets that up, I'll actually be very surprised. That's something that Red should probably spot. Red needs to have a scout patrolling around. Oh, he is, Dave. He has a scout here. If he sees the castle, that's doubt confirmed. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop.
He just needs 4 crossbows and he's fine. That castle needed to be deleted. Robin Hood, greedy yet again.
I like the castle placement from Red.
Yeah? Dude.
I think the farther out he goes from his base, the better.
Blue's castle's denied. Red can start to make trebuchets. This is trouble for Robin Hood. Robin Hood is now making barracks in an orderly fashion. Ooh, that looks good. So he might be considering the champion move, but if Attila goes Arbalest and Samurai, he could be fine versus that. Okay, I have a question for you, Dave. How much of the way you're feeling about Robin Hood and Attila's position is based off your guess of who the player is?
Not really.
Not much?
That much.
For me, I feel like if I didn't think Robin Hood was Viper, I would think a lot more highly of Attila's position. You know? Like, I'm definitely sensing that. Look, even this, another castle denied. Robin Hood he doesn't have enough villagers building the castles. He doesn't have military. He's losing the map. The comeback is on.
Yeah, he's transitioning into looks like it's going to be champions.
Yeah.
But it was really slow.
Really slow, man. And perfect boom from Attila to get back into this. The fact that he was under that much pressure and got to imp so much faster, super impressive. He's all over Robin Hood in the center of the map, and that is the most important area because that's where the gold and the stone is.
And now he has the gold on the right side. He'll be able to go up on top, get another gold there.
Yeah.
He's making a monastery to grab the relics. You're right, it's shifted for sure.
Yeah, and the thought process from Robin Hood is to make the Mayan champions, which will take some time. But even if he gets a champion, I think that it's quite easy to make Samurai as a buffer for your Arbs, as Samurai will shred Mayan champions. So, I mean, there's that what if of if Attila will notice that, but it's not good for Robin Hood to be spending so much stone repairing at the moment.
I think this might have stemmed from his decision to get on the water. He made a lot on the water.
Yeah.
What if he instead went crossbows and mangonels?
Well, Blue also did an awful job defending his base at home. There were multiple times that Red showed up there, and I think he should have prepared for that with the defensive siege workshop, or at least better walling there.
Well, we'll see what happens here, because Malian champions are no joke.
Yeah, they are nuts, and there is a lot of them. If you're comparing the military numbers, it is 30 champions, or what will be champions, for Robin Hood, and it is 40-ish military for Attila, but he's making units that can be countered by the champions. So
where's his second castle go?
Right in
put
front.
It near that gold.
I think you need to keep it close, like right next to your Arbs.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, fair game.
Yeah, I mean you'll lose some map control with this, but you have such a strong force. Yeah, this is perfect. Get that castle up, and you can make more samurai. And I think Robin Hood is undecided now, because I mean I'm not actually familiar with how Castle Age Samurai would face off against champions. I guess it would
not well.
Not well, yeah, but he's probably expecting the samurais because he's losing his houses. So maybe he's thinking he can't fight that at the moment.
So is Blue gonna loop these around? He's gonna go finish that castle with 3 villagers. and he's going to loop these guys around and maybe come at the Trevs from behind.
Or he could just go right into the economy of Attila. The last thing Attila expects is for blue to run into his eco here. And that's probably what will happen.
Attila should have left a unit beside that castle. I'm not... If someone's building a castle in my base, I'm not leaving it alone.
Well, he sent a ram out. He wanted to use the ram to kill it, but... Alright.
There you go. He's going to spot it now.
Oh, that tree could be overchopped. That's dangerous. Okay, he pulls the vills away. He gates it. He's sending the arbs back. Dave, notice how Robin Hood is starting to peel some of the military Attila had forward back. I like the hand cannon switch, though, for Attila. It's much quicker and does a lot of damage at this point than the samurai. Yeah, so we have hand cannons, and a lot of them. With the arbalest, the champions do not counter hand cannons. What a game this is, man. What a game this is. A 185 population for Attila. He's looking to stay alive in this best of 5. I like the stables from Robin Hood. He's hoping to use the outer ring. There's lots of gold out there, and he has more mobility with his civ. Robin Hood will lose his barracks. He's building archery ranges now. That's not a good sign. If your Malian's making archery range units, that's not a good sign unless you're making some gunpowder yourself. Thoughts, Dave?
It's definitely shifted. It has shifted. I mean, does Robin Hood... What does Robin Hood make at this point? He's making stables at the back?
Yeah.
To go into light cav, but, like, he's got to do something about this death ball at the front.
Yeah, and his castle that he built in the middle with no protection, that castle is going to die. I don't think there's a great way back for Robin Hood here. He doesn't have any advantage. Attila has 4 relics. He has the extra golds.
He's coming forward with all his villagers from his base, too. The woodline's expired there, so he's coming forward to take map control in the middle.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any way Robin Hood can push him off of this.
I don't think so either. The guy had so much control in Feudal Age and early Castle Age, but he threw away his advantages. He got sniped in Castle Age. He lost vills. He went on water. What did that give him? Nothing. And the push from Attila the Hun in the Imperial Age has looked really, really good. He just has to... He has to finish this off, man. Maybe consider a few more Arbalists in the group.
What a way to keep yourself in the series, too.
I know.
I thought he was dead for
I thought he was dead, yeah. Yeah, I think the first 2 games really got to my head a little bit because Robin Hood did so well in the first 2 games to come back and just hold solid positions. So I didn't expect Robin Hood would lose all the map. I mean, Robin Hood still has the potential to come back. There's a lot of gold that he's collecting right now, and Attila's backing up his Trebs, but...
And Attila's got to be real careful that he doesn't lose all these hand cannons and arbalists at the front here, because he should have those arbalists that are over on the right-hand side. He should have those with his main group, for sure.
And I think since Robin Hood does feel like he's behind with that map control, the idea was to raid with light cav. Unfortunately for him, his stables have gone down here, but he could still try and do that. He has a more mobile civ, so if he builds stables maybe towards the north and raids that northern hillside, there's gold there, and red's taking that, and red is exposed. So there's so many areas where players can get res. You got to focus on that.
Now their castle coming up in a good position for Attila the Hun.
Where's that?
On the gold, on the extra stone to the right.
Very good position. Does he know about... Okay, so Robin Hood knows that's there. Does Attila know the castle's going up? Yeah, Attila actually knows there's a castle there. So he could maybe start a treb war there as well.
Skirmishers being tacked into now by blue.
Yeah, both players making some skirmishers. I haven't been a huge fan of the last few minutes for red when it comes to the engagements. He's losing hand cannons now. Something's going wrong here.
I don't like the fact he's got those arbalists. He's got all those arbalists on the right-hand side.
Yeah, why?
Why don't you put them with your hand cannons? Push with your trebs.
Well,
Force blue to come fight you.
I think he's realizing that now, Dave. Robin Hood is not a player who's going to go away easily.
His hand cannons now.
The hand cannon. He just lost 10. He just lost 10. If this is one of the best players in the tournament, Robin Hood, if it is, he's not going to go away easily. He's going to be able to come back.
And look at the right side. He's got all those barracks up against the edge of the map. He's spamming those.
Wow.
champions into the eco. He's got a champion denying the castle at the top on the desert area from Attila. Okay, Attila's walling that up now.
Yeah. But at least Robin Hood sees that. Yeah, Robin Hood is aware of that. Like, what has gone wrong here for you, Attila? I think Attila can still hold this. He'll still keep his castle up. But he has to be very careful. It doesn't seem like he has a lot of control.
He needs some sort of...
I think he needs Samurai. I think Samurai's got to be the play.
Some sort of melee unit for sure.
Samurai
to
and
do
hand
raids
cannons
of his own.
Man, how big was it that Robin Hood's two villagers, built this side base with the barracks? Because what's happening is Red is so distracted with this, he can't hold his forces in the center. Wow, handcart, that's a late eco upgrade. That explains some things. Still though, this is a good fight for Attila. That's not bad. He just microed down every single hand cannon except for one that was in the group. What happened up here though? The castle was denied. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what happened?
It's still building.
Robin Hood converted one of those villas that was walled in, and then used that villa to attack the other. That's great. The small things, man. 195 population for Robin Hood. He only has one relic, but he still has golds. And I'm really scared for Attila now because he doesn't have food, man. He needs the food for Samurai. Or you could even consider going light cav here. Just something.
Yeah, and the champions just keep getting tossed into his farm eco too.
Yeah.
So that's not helping him at all.
Yeah, he's trying. You can tell he's trying to defend with hand cannons there, but he can't keep up with what's going on here.
I mean, he's finally producing samurai, but they're not elite yet.
Yeah, they need to be elite. And he would need, I think, 1,200 food to research elite. And I don't know if he has the infantry upgrades either. Incredible stuff from Robin Hood to stay alive in this game. Just defending in the main fight and raiding on the sides. And he will kill... Oh, wait! No! He is not going to kill Red's castle. Red sent the samurai out here. They're super weak right now. But okay, that's good for Red.
That villager's still going.
Yeah. Oh, is there a villain there? Yeah, I see her. Or him, sorry. He's behind the stone wall.
Get sappers.
Okay, for the love of God, Attila, stone wall the right side of your base, please. Stone wall that, fortify wall, fat slob, whatever. Stop the champions from running in there. Maybe Attila needs to reposition slightly. Maybe, you know, like, Blue's expecting him in one area. Maybe he'll go more towards the north, as Blue is, trying to take that castle down again.
But he needs to have a unit that he can send into Blue's eco, because that's one thing he has not done.
Yeah.
He hasn't raided Blue at all.
This was when we talked about the civs at the very start of this game, that's the weakness of the Japanese. They're good with the fish, they're good with compact fights, but they don't have a lot of mobility. Their best mobility is samurai, and I'm watching the food count, I'm watching the wood count. The resources aren't there.
Look at the bill count.
It's 85 bills for Red and 150 for Blue, no wonder. But Blue loses that castle. Wow.
This is a good game here.
This is a sick game. This is the best game, possibly the best game of the day. That cross game earlier with Joan of Arc was incredible. But yeah, this is a player who's up 2 games, is struggling to hold on. Attila is trying to hold on in the series. And he's going to take the gold, and he could take the relic too. I just think that the raids from Robin Hood into the main eco of Red is too difficult for Red to stop this.
Yep. And Red, I just checked, Red only has 36 farms and Blue has 76.
It's 36 actually if you look at the bottom right, so it's even worse than that, man. Ridiculous. And Robin Hood, while he might be losing some gold control, what he could do is he could sell that excess food. So keep an eye on that. He has 3,000 food in each researching guild, so he will definitely sell resources. Oh my god. The vill count just gets lower and lower for Attila the Hun. The raids can only continue.
I mean, he is raiding that gold at the north now. He killed all the villagers there.
Yeah.
And now he can push into Blue's base. Blue doesn't have access to gold.
I don't know what to say. I think Robin Hood is slowly pulling it off, but that's only if he can keep the gold coming. If he can make the champions. There's little blue specks all through Attila's economy.
Red, man, Attila's cleaning this up here, and Blue doesn't have access to gold. He's gonna have to sell. He's gonna have to sell.
Watch the resources. He has 4,000 food right now, so he's gonna sell some soon, I'm sure. Dave, when Red's creating more vills, he's creating them here, where this raiding is happening. He doesn't have TCs in the center. That's been a big problem. So he's probably toggling through his town centers to try and reboom and get his population up, but he's sending them to their deaths.
But I mean, Blue's raiding party is kind of run out of steam. I could see this going either way.
Yeah.
But Red has definitely had a good couple minutes here.
Ooh, but as we say that, he needs to be careful. Bombard cannons for Blue. Nice micro, Robin Hood. Killed your own
Watch
champion.
your trips, dude. Red. Okay, finally he's attacking the lake cabin.
Bombard cannon is not something we've seen from Robin Hood yet, and he is flattening the hand cannons. Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
Attila's down to 120 pop. He's gonna lose his castle here. So Blue might not be raiding the eco anymore, but the damage has been done. Attila is only at 60 villagers. This is not winnable. I don't care how many relics he has. He needs food. Cheesesteak Jimmy's. I think it's over, Dave. I think it's over. Unbelievable. The ranges are getting ramped down. The bombard cannons and skirms and champions will only push further. There's more and more gold for Robin Hood to take. It's certainly a huge moral victory to even get the score again, if you're Robin Hood. Incredible. How?
He never repopulated his ego.
Yeah, it was just that. It was getting the map control, but also expanding your eco. Look, he has no wood here. And Attilla the Hun says, this is so lame. My AoE is completely freezed. GG. Oh.
Okay.
So his game was frozen. That must have been it. I mean, I don't know how to take in that information. I mean, maybe he was having computer problems before the series and the games had to be played or something. I don't know what that means. It doesn't seem like he's very happy. I mean, he just got 3-0'd and he probably should have won that game. Well, you guys can think what you want of that. Dave, what a hold from Robin Hood. 1 relic verse 4. Was much later to the Imperial Age. I thought had less economy for at least a little while. That was some special stuff right there.
Yeah, and those raids from the side just hurt him so much. They hurt Attila so much. And like you said, he never expanded his eco.
Yeah. Yeah, expanding the eco is the big thing. I'm just looking now at the TCs. I'm curious. Well, I guess Blue didn't have many TCs out in the central area either, but I do think that Red could have benefited from cleaning up this raid that Blue had and TCing there, because when he was creating vills, he was sending them to where there's no wood or where there were champions raiding him. That was what it came down to. Good players, when they're behind, will realize their win condition. There might just be a few ways, and it might be iffy, but Robin Hood realized that if he held the center for long enough and raided, he would eventually unravel Attila, and he did, and that was an impressive one. We'll go to the achievements next. That is I think that's our third 3-0 in round 1, which isn't completely surprising when we have 4 or 5 players who are favored to possibly win the event. Achievements here. Here we are, 422 kills for Attila. And that is pretty telling. Holy cow, 47,000 more food for Robin Hood. Wait, I'm sorry, 47,000 food for Robin Hood and 23,000 food for Attila. Double the food for Robin Hood.
Yeah, man.
He
He
had
had 76 farms at one point, and Attila had 36.
Yeah. He had 38,000 wood. And then it was the gold for Attila, but the gold didn't really give him much. I mean, maybe if he had a civ where he had higher value gold units, like a paladin civ, it could have worked out for him at that stage, but an early imp, Robin Hood just held. Ironic that Robin Hood has less gold, yes. And ironic that Robin Hood was quite greedy throughout that series. Indeed.
He should have given some gold to the poor man.
Yeah, it would have worked out for him, man.
Yeah.
So, to those who haven't seen the previous sets yet, I am going to pull up the brackets. So this will have spoilers for the previous sets. Okay, we're about to do one more best of 5, which will be the last best of 5 in the round of 16. But if you wanted to rewatch the VOD, rewatch the rerun, or watch it on YouTube, you might want to just wait a moment. Yeah, we will do a poll, guys. But yeah, just, I guess, pause the stream or minimize the stream, and I'll show you the brackets, because I want to point out some of these results. Hrolf the Ganger played really good against Bleda. Nobunaga 3-0'd El Cid. So there's our first 3-0. Tamerlane 3-1'd God's Own Sling. King Alfonso 3-0'd Subutai. The point is that players like Eric the Red, players like Joan of Arc, well, we've really only had one series go to 5 games, Dave. So it seems pretty obvious to me that the best players are moving on, and that the round of 8 we are going to cast tomorrow is going to be insane. No, they haven't. Yeah. Yep, I can agree with you there. Guys, you can now say no more spoilers, by the way, because people might have had the stream muted. Just say no spoilers now. Oh, Dave is apparently muted on that scene. Gotcha. Okay, we'll stay off that scene. Don't worry about it. Dead Dave. It's all right. Dave's still here. Testing. Dave, you there?
Sorry, am I still muted?
No, you're fine.
All right.
When I added these new scenes last night, I forgot to add it so your audio would be there.
A likely story.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't intentional. I'm thinking 5-minute break. How's that sound, Dave, before the next set?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a 5-minute break before the final set will come up. The final set will be between Genghis Khan and Oh, wait, we got to do the poll. I'm so bad with this. That's right. You guys want to vote? That's cool. We'll do the voting first. And then we'll start the last set.
You want my prediction?
Sure.
Viper Nikov.
I was going to say the same thing. I feel bad because I think... Who did... I got to pull up the bracket for Hidden Cup 1. Guys, go ahead and get your votes in on who you think Robin Hood is. This one should be a landslide vote for Viper, I think. Not just because of his play, but because of his civ picking. Yeah, so in Hidden Cup number 1, Nikov beat Tato 3-1. And then in the quarterfinals, he faced Viper, and Viper 3-0'd him. Mm-hmm. So Nikov, if that was Nikov, he faced Viper twice pretty early on, which is just the nature of the tournament. But there's 16 players, so it's quite hard to say. This is a landslide victory for the Viper.
Wait a second. Who voted? Who's the three of you that voted ACCM? ACCM is a lot of things, but I don't think he could have done.
Dude, it's going to be the biggest shock of Age of Empires history. Viper was definitely Attila the Hun. Let's be honest.
if we get to the finals, and it turns out that ACCM won, I will eat all my shoes. Every single one.
All your shoes, okay.
Every shoe.
Why didn't you say this before? I would have paid ACCM a lot more than the $10,000 potential prize pool. That would be a great IRL stream, Dave, just trying to devour shoes. Listen, chat, you guys always try and clip me when I say stuff, so you better clip Dave, just in case.
Yeah, well, there's 2 shoe-eating scenarios, all right? ACCM winning Hidden Cup 2, and Little Blast winning a community game, and neither of those is happening ever.
Dave got killed by someone in a community game 3 years ago.
No,
and he's still salty about it. He's still salty about it.
He backstabbed me. I killed him.
Yeah, he backstabbed you, but then you didn't win. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Just get the T90 salts and T90 Daves in the chat. Can't believe, dude, we only had 50-ish viewers back then, or 100-ish viewers. Dave's bringing that back up in front of 8,000, like, oh, little blessed. Okay, so who's Attila the Hun? A lot of people are voting Nikov. I don't think I would have said Nikov, but then that chat at the end did, I don't know, it just seemed kind of unhappy.
I said Nikov just because of the chat at the end.
Yeah, same. If it is him, then I won't feel near as bad for saying that he gets a bit salty, because that might be it. Could be someone else. You never know. I don't see... I mean, maybe Dogao on his day might get frustrated. I don't know. Anyway, lots of votes coming in for Nikov. How cool is this, guys, to have so many people vote on this? This is awesome. I think we had over 700 votes for the last poll. Should be over 500 for this one. 20 more seconds now if you'd like to get your votes in. Every single player is getting a vote. Every single player is getting a vote. The lowest is 8 votes for Tim. Now 9 votes for Tim, so